Oh yeah, yeah. Here we go, here we go.
Yo,
What's up, motherfucker?
yo,
Hey,
what's
hey,
up,
man.
bro?
This is Jay Tronius. You're Gabbin with the Guvna. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Who are you, brother? Where are you from, and what are you about?
Yo, this is Carl Eisman. I'm from Rockford, Illinois, by way of Boston. I'm about that music life, bro.
You better believe it. Yes, you are, man. I've been working with this cat for damn near a decade, if not longer. Amazing, amazing musician, man. A good badass guitar player. Shouts out to Stacey Wade for building the bridge that has been going on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, just getting
So,
started, bro.
we ain't never reached. We're never reaching the peak. It's a forever thing, man. Team Cancer in this.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, 6'9".
tell me, man, where did this passion for music start? Give us the beginning.
Man, the very beginning, uh, my mom got me into it. My mom was my parents owned a bar, Blues Tap. Uh, my mom and dad, rest in peace to my dad, Carl Bergman, Blue. My mom is still with us. What's up, mom? They got me into it. They owned this bar. It was like a biker bar, Blues Tap, infamous in the town. Like, crazy Hell's Angels, and like, it would get wild in there. But on the weekends, my mom DJ'd, had two turntables, everything, like mixing Guns N' Roses and AC/DC and Metallica, whatever. She was like a proper DJ and a bartender and the life of the party, infamous life of the party. Um, so she eventually they had to stop doing the DJ thing, and she brought all the records home, all the turntables home, everything, gave them to my brother and I. And I just took to it like right off the rip, man. I started diving into all these records, Zeppelin. She would tell me about Jimi Hendrix, like, oh, you got to go listen to this. First time I ever heard Stairway to Heaven, she was like, take this tape, go in the room, and I'll see you in about 9 minutes when the song is over. And I came out like in shock, like, oh my God, changed my life. But she gave me a bunch of experiences like that. Um, but yeah, so I got into listening to music first, deeply. And that's where I got an appreciation for all kinds of different music. And then eventually, my mom and dad, I forgot if it was my mom or my dad, somebody brought a guitar home and was like, here. And I just took to it, man. Didn't even have all the strings on it. I would just like sit down and teach myself Metallica, I think the first song I learned how to play was like Welcome to the Jungle. I just taught myself how to play it, and
Hell
it
yeah,
was
hell
it
yeah.
was just in there rocking out. Yeah, man, that's where it all started with me. And Guns N' Roses was like a big influence, man. Like when I used to watch MTV and just be like, man, that guitar player dude's so cool. He's like smoking his shit and he ain't even burning his hair. His hair is all in there. How's he, like in front of the chapel, like iconic shit, man. And yeah, that always really spoke to me, man. The icons of music were always like, guitarists like Jimi Hendrix and Slash and all those people. That really spoke to me.
Man. So you had to get into the lineage of all that.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yep.
Now you got into it that way, and you were in the Chicago area,
Yep.
and then eventually you moved to Boston. So kind of tell us that transition of how what it came into after you found the love. Where did it go from there?
Yeah. So, I started playing when I was like 8, something like that. And um, at one point, I had gotten into like, you know, um, a lot of gang banging and stuff like that, as a lot of people do in Illinois. Um, at least where I'm from, that's a very, I feel like that's a very important part of my story. You know what I mean? Like getting into that lifestyle. Like I was still a musician then. I brought those same turntables and that same wax that my mom gave me and set it up at the homie's house right on the corner, 21st and 7th. And we would sit in the garage and I would rap. That was when I first learned how to rap. I would copy Twista raps and Tupac, and like Twista was really big at that time. So I would try to rap really fast.
Yeah.
And so the homies would take me around to parties and like have me try to battle people. I'd be battling for cigarettes and shit.
Nice.
Like just like funny. But yeah, so I always had music, you know, up until about the time I was like 16, I started playing in like the clubs around town. Nobody was carding or whatever. I would come in with a guitar and just make the jam session. Was always hanging with the older cats, like trying to learn stuff, a lot of blues. By the time I was like 17, I moved out to Seattle with my best friend. And I didn't really do any music there. I was just working as like a cook. Eventually, when I moved back to Rockford, though, that was like, I really got serious about music. I started learning about Berklee College of Music. I had heard like Kurt Rosenwinkel and Mark Turner. And, you know, if Slash and Guns N' Roses and all that was like my opening, like getting hip to Kurt Rosenwinkel and Mark Turner and a lot of the folks, Schofield, a lot of the folks that went to Berklee, that was like, that for me was like, I want to do that. So I set my sights. Like I was like, man, if these dudes are so bad and that's where they went, then I got to try to go there too. That was, you know, I packed up my car, I packed up my Oldsmobile, the shitty ass Oldsmobile, threw everything I owned and drove out. And yeah, been here ever since, like 15 years.
Nice. Now, what is it now that you're in Boston? What is it that you like about Boston that's kept you there, as far as the music scene?
That's a good question, man. Well, you know, the people that I'm around, you know, obviously you and I had a Boston chapter together, man. And Boston has always been like, you know, this is my home for sure, man. Like the city embraced me and helped me get to where I'm at today. I'm always like my friend Pat, shout out to Pat Murray, like my mentor. He took me under his wing. He's kind of like my father in a way. Legendary sound engineer, tour man, just like the most beautiful guy. Him and his wife Teresa have been taking care of me since day one when I moved here. They were my landlords, man. They're like my family now. But he always jokes because every time I go somewhere, I went down to Texas, I came back, he goes, fucking Carl's gonna be trying to move to Texas now. I go over to, it doesn't matter where I go to New Orleans, I come back, I'm moving to New Orleans. I'm moving to Los Angeles, I'm moving to Portland, I'm moving, you know, blah, blah, blah. I feel like there's a part of my spirit that wants to roam, but there's a part of my spirit that likes to set up shop and set up home base. I think really what has kept me in Boston is like, you know, that home base, setting up a castle, setting up a spot, you know. For me, that's always been something that really feels important, to set up my surroundings and have it be grounded, you know.
Man, you know, it's interesting because, you know, we both stress that we're both Cancers, Team 69.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, naturally that's a part of what it makes us comfortable, what you know, is the home. You know, the castle, you know, like you say. And and it's interesting, man, because I'm still in Rome mode. Like, even though I've been home, I came back home where my dream began. But it's interesting to see that we both know that that's a huge part. If we don't have a home and it don't feel right, we're completely nutcases.
Yeah.
If the home ain't right for Cancers, nothing else is right.
Mm-hmm.
And we're built like that. And you've done quite a bit in Boston, man. You've played with a lot of people. You know, you definitely have added on. We have become part of each other's sound.
Yes.
With our Boston chapter, we still work together. What do you got going on musically right now?
Man, a lot of things, a lot of collaborations, you know. Obviously we just released that song SK2, So Cool 2, about a week or two ago, you know, with my bro JT. trying to produce. I'm trying to get into producing for artists a little bit more. I really enjoy writing songs. Like, you know, a lot of what I have going is a songwriting type of mission, which is weird because I never really thought that that's who I was. You know, this band Planet Radio. Shout out to the fam in Planet Radio. I write a lot of the repertoire for that band. We're about to drop another album. I think it's like 9 tracks or something. I wrote like 7 of them or 8 of them or something. So I write a lot of music for them, for us in the band. But yeah, doing my own thing, like producing my own stuff. I have a lot of songs that I've been needing to get recorded, you know, on my own, sort of like my own solo band or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, just doing a lot of teaching, a lot of playing gigs. And, you know, I haven't been playing as many gigs around town as I once was, man, because I've just kind of, you know, that grounding thing, like I really needed to kind of like get my focus, get organized and get my thing together, you know.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot of that, you know, just workshopping and writing and shedding, practice a lot.
Your life is music. Your your life is surrounded, and you are music all the way around. And
Yeah.
which is really impressive, man. Now, to get back into this, let's get into the education side. What got you into the education part of it?
Yeah. So, you mean as far as teaching goes?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh man. This is a funny story. So, I never really taught until I think like I was a student at Berkeley, and I was in a lesson with Bruce Bartlett, a fantastic player, really cool guy. We're in a lesson and we're playing some shit, whatever. He was showing me something. He goes, "Hold on a minute." Hello? Answers his phone. I'm like, what? And he's like, "Hey, JB, what's up? Blah, blah, blah." And he's like, "Hey, kid, you want a job?" I was like, "Sure." Yeah, he'll said he'll take the job. And so I literally got a job. Just somebody had like quit or something. They needed a teacher fast. And so my friend John Bermani up at the music place in North Reading, like, you know, gave me my first teaching job. And I've been earning my living like that, you know, ever since, like my day job, quote unquote. Before that, I was cooking a lot. I worked in Seattle. I was all over Illinois, worked in Boston cooking and sous chefing. And I got pretty good at it, but it was in direct conflict with what I was trying to do. Like Friday, Saturday nights was busy in the restaurant, so I couldn't really go play gigs. I couldn't really go listen to music or whatever. So one of my big goals was to get out of the kitchen. You know, I'm really grateful for those times, but teaching is what got me out the kitchen, man, and afforded me the opportunity to have enough time to work on music.
Nice.
You know, yeah.
Now, do you still have a passion for cooking, because you were in that field for a while?
Man, I wish I could say I don't think I have a passion for it. I could still cook, but it doesn't move me the way music does at all, you know. And because like for a lot of years, man, all I wanted to do was play music, but I had to, you know, pay bills or whatever, so I would go to these jobs. And always in the back of my head, I was like, man, I shouldn't be. I don't want to do this, man. I want to play music and be a professional musician. That's it. Like I always knew my dream was to do music and nothing else. So I had a love-hate relationship with cooking, you know, because I felt like it held me back. But I mean, really, that's what gave me the opportunity to get to where I am. So I'm really grateful for that time. I don't enjoy cooking as much as you might think, though.
Okay.
I could still do it. I still go do catering gigs, and you know, like a lot of my friends have companies, so it's cool to like step in and moonlight. You know, New Year's Eve gigs or whatever. We always do a big catering gig, so that's kind of fun. I do enjoy that.
Word. So it's definitely music over everything. Music
Yeah, man, always.
everything. Now, this is a question that I ask everybody that comes on this show. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what do you with? What is the Carl Eisman legacy you want to leave here?
Trying not to answer too quick. That's a heavy question, man. Um, I want to leave behind music that made people feel something. I want to, my goal is to make the music that, you know, drives people to a reaction emotionally. And I want people to say that, you know, when it was time to play, you know, whatever you might say about me as a person, whatever, when it was time to do music and when it was time to create, when it was time to open up, when it was time to share, uh, that I went in with both feet, you know, that I always gave 110%, that I always put my heart into it. I would like for people to remember those kinds of things, you know, that I really put my everything into it, you know.
And bro, I can honestly co-sign this as you currently being for a long time one of my right hand men at my round table. I
Mm.
can co-sign that you are doing that, and every time you step up to the mic, yo, you step correct. Woo-ha, got these hoes in check. You understand, man?
Woo-ha.
You hey,
Yeah.
woo-ha, bro. You have shown you got a deep passion for it, and a lot of times, a lot of musicians I've come across, man, you've you put your all. You definitely what you want your legacy to be. You're living that right now. I can
Mm.
attest that. And it, so, well, if you, for God forbid, you leave before I do, I will co-sign that heavy. I will
Man,
co-sign
thank
that, whether you're here while you're alive and when you're not, bro. I will let people know Carl
you.
Eisman wasn't no motherfucking punk. He wasn't
Yeah.
a punk. He wasn't nothing to fuck with. Hey, man.
Yeah,
Now
bro.
tell me this. One more thing I ask some people too, because you are in teaching, which is
Yeah.
cool. So you're building the younger generation. What is your message to the youth that are getting into music? What you want to say to them?
Oh man. Um, I have this conversation with a lot of my students. I have some guitar students, man, that I've been teaching since they were 7, 8 years old, like age that I was when I started, up until, you know, I've seen some of these guys and gals through, you know, 8 years old to 18 years old, basically, damn near. And I always stress um, the importance of learning from those who came before us, learning the traditions, learning how to be authentic from discovering, you know, the records. Everything I do, everything I teach, I do it the same way that I learned. We go to the records. You know, if you want to play blues, go to the records. Learn how to play blues, not from me, from Albert King, from BB King. You want to play jazz, go to the records and learn from Coltrane. If you want to, you know, rap, go and listen to the people that are known for doing that. And you know, um, I always tell them that we have to honor the tradition no matter what it is, learn from the ancestors, learn from the masters, and that, you know, every time we play, we have an opportunity to go as hard as we can, you know, and to always give everything, you know. And so, man, I got some of these kids are giving me a run for my money, man. I got a few of them that like I genuinely like have to spend time before they walk in the room getting ready because they bring it. I have a couple little dudes, a couple little shred dudes that are like outrageous, playing 7-string guitars and all types of, you know, that's really fun for me about the teaching thing, man. Like I feel like I learned so much from them. I learned more from them than they could ever learn from me, you know.
Well, you know, that's the
Um,
amazing thing about teaching, man. You know, that I tell people this all the time. We are forever all students and teachers.
yeah,
I know for teachers too, man, like you do learn a lot
yeah,
teaching. It makes you have to go learn new things that you probably
yep,
know before. And
yep,
for those ones that give you a run for your money, they keep
yeah,
you on your toes.
yeah, yep, yeah. And I mean, I try to. I think what's really important, man, and this is like, you know, obviously I'm not trying to, you know, throw shade at anybody that's doing anything, but I think that there's a lot of people that teach, man, that don't take it seriously from the regard of being a leader, setting an example. You know what I mean? Like all the people that I came up around that I respected were setting an example for me, that were walking the walk. So of course I listened to what they say because I saw what they were doing and I knew that they were for real about it. So, you know, I try to show my students, like, man, I'm not just sitting in this room, you know, sitting in this chair telling you to do something that I won't do myself. I hit the practice room hard daily. And for me, that's like something that's really important, you know, to be authentic with it, not just bullshit around. Like I could get away with doing that lesson with the young shredder dude. I could get away with not warming up, you know, but I try to be for real about it. And I try to pass that along to them that do it 100% at all times, man.
Go hard or go home.
Yeah, that's
Go
it.
hard or go home.
I've been that way, man. That's, you know what, to double back on that cooking thing, man, that's like what I feel like that's what I learned from the kitchen, man. It was like when it's go time and them tickets start coming in, it's 100,000,000%. If you got to die behind that line, you got to die. That's how I was taught to work. So, you know, thankfully I've chilled out now, but I'm sure you recall, man, there's been some times where I used to get mad. I used to just be overly serious about it because I brought that energy, like, you know, like it's time now, like that rah energy. I don't have as much of that now. Thankfully, I'm a little bit more chill about it. But yeah, so I'm grateful to the cooking thing for that regard too.
Man, now as we wrap this up, tell everybody how they can get hear your music and how do they come into your world online. Tell us your social media links.
Okay, on Facebook, on Instagram, it's Carl Eisman, EISMAN. You can check out planetradiomusic.com. Yeah, I'm on Spotify, iTunes, you know, anywhere that music is available. I'm actually dropping a new song. I'm waiting for it to hit right now. I already uploaded it. Get Gone. That's going to be released hopefully tonight, maybe tomorrow, whenever that hits.
Song, World, I can't wait for y'all to hear that. That's one of those songs, you know, me and Carl been working together for a long time. That's one of them songs I wanted to steal from him, but he wouldn't let me.
Only because I had already recorded the vocals, bro. I would have gave it to you. Man.
You need to have that one's going down in the books. And I love the one I was playing, My Wave. My Wave is out there too, man. And man, at this point, man, we're friends, we're family. I'm a fan of you, and I'm glad to have a person like you in my corner, y'all. It's important, man. The people that you choose to surround yourself with is a reflection of you. And,
yeah.
And that's a part, you know, that's another reason why doing this show is I want people to see all these people, these pivotal moments, where they were short or long, of people I cross paths with, because all of you in a way make me. So, you know, it's interesting, man. So you are definitely one of those characters I've enjoyed having around. I got a feeling we're going to be around for a while, and we're going to slap them in the face with this funk.
Yeah.
And that just is what it is. Carl, man, I appreciate you getting on the show, bro, sharing your life story, sharing your wisdom, and just your love for music, man. And this is Jay Tronius. Once again, y'all was Gabbin with the Guvna today with my partner, Carl Eisman.
Thank you, bro.
Y'all be blessed, love and light through this pandemic and beyond. Peace, bro.
Peace.